Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. And I have a Nightmare on Elm Street update. Good old Blumhouse wants to touch the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, the property, and I'm here to tell you no. Let me put it up on screen what has been said and what's been making the rounds as of late. And a lot of people, surprisingly, they're not on Blumhouse's side here, which actually surprises me because usually a lot of people are all over Blumhouse. But here's what it has to say, and that is Jason Blum wants to do a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Obviously, he wants to do a direct sequel to the first movie, and he wants to get Robert Englund back. He says he can make Robert Englund come back and persuade him. And he brings up The Exorcist for some reason. No one wants that Exorcist movie, specifically what he's doing with that Exorcist movie. No one's asking for that. And I guess Jason Blum doesn't know this. I'm sure he does. I just say that in a jokeful way. But he needs to realize two things. The Exorcist and Nightmare on Elm Street are two very different properties. The Freddy Krueger is is more of a physical character, right? Not saying that Robert can't do it. I'm saying Freddy is more of a physical character. If Robert Englund cannot come back as Freddy Krueger, respect his decision. And I kind of feel like this is just kind of saying, oh, if I'll wave the check in his face that he can't refuse, he's going to do it. No. If he wants to put his health first over a check, then the man is going to do that. You don't have to have you don't have to have Robert Englund back. You don't have to do a direct sequel to the original. I mean, come on, let's get more creative. Blumhouse is the one that created this whole trend, and I hope Scream 5 breaks that trend and we start to see more just, continuations instead of just doing a direct sequel to the original. So final thoughts on this, and I'm going to, continue talking about it here, but just general thoughts. No, I don't want Blumhouse to do a Nightmare on Elm Street movie because now it's obvious what they would want to do with it, and I'm here to say no. Like I said, Robert Englund, we all love Robert Englund. He is Freddy Krueger, but me personally, I'm very open minded, and I'm willing to give someone a chance. I'm willing to give someone new a chance. Get someone in there that's like 22, 34, that's young, they can just knock out the role like Robert has. There's someone out there that can play this, and I have a very good person in mind. Um, if you've seen, I forgot his name, so I do apologize, but it's from Stranger Things. If you've seen the last episode, you know the person that I'm talking about. It looks like he could play the Joker or Freddy Krueger. I apologize that I forgot his name, but if I think of his name, I will put him up on screen, but I'm just going to put him up on screen regardless. But that's the guy that I would like to play Freddy Krueger. I say get him to play Freddy Krueger. I can also see him play the Joker, but I want him to play Freddy Krueger. I think he would be a good Freddy Krueger. Talking about Jackie Earle Haley. Jackie Earle Haley did not do a bad job as Freddy Krueger. He just had a bad script. Again, people need to understand that. So, again, no. My ideal for a Nightmare on Elm Street film is, okay, you could do a direct sequel, to the original, sure, but let's soft reboot it. Let's not, have Nancy. Let's just do a new story. Or you can do a direct sequel to Part 3, which will be, really interesting. I forgot who brought that up. But you could do a direct sequel to Part 3 and continue from there and just make it like a little bit darker. You can do that. There's things that you can do. Just take a risk and roll the dice. And again, like, let's say Blumhouse did a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Two things. Let's say they did a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Let's say it comes out next year, right? Comes out next October, right? This is Blumhouse's next big project. Just imagine this. Robert Englund's back. We got Nancy. And, well, the obvious is happening. Robert Englund is not returning for a sequel, right? The obvious. People are freaking out. But again, you made people freak out because you could have just made them open-minded in your first movie. And I just have a feeling if Blumhouse ever did a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, I'm sorry to say this, they're going to treat Nancy like Laurie Strode. If you've seen Halloween Kills and you've read my, if you watched my reviews, you would know how I feel about Laurie Strode in Halloween Kills. She had no purpose in that movie. They could have killed her off in 2018, which they was going to, or just gave her that send off in 2018, just let her character go off in the sunset. But no, I feel like Blumhouse, Jason Blum would want to make Nancy like Laurie Strode, have her in a sequel just to be there, and no, a character should not be like that. And they probably will only do 3 movies. Like, really? I'm just kind of in that camp of like, let's do 7 movies. Long as the films are good quality, the story's good, the characters are good, let's do 7 movies. Why just do 3 movies and then in the next 2 years just reboot? That's how I feel about the recent Halloween films. I get it, that's a different franchise, the rights and all that, but still, what is the point of just doing 3 movies? You know what I mean? Like, do more. Final thoughts on this. Robert Englund, first of all, I don't see him returning. I don't think a check waving in his face is going to persuade him. And second of all, you can get way more creative with this franchise than what Jason Blum would wants to do. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I may do a part 2 to this video of like a pitch, which would be pretty interesting. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and drop me your theories and just ideals of what they could do with a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Catch you guys in the next video.